Le Mans. Two words are enough to make the heart of any speed enthusiast race. This is not just a race, it is a place to challenge the limits of both humans and technology. A track more than 13 km long, spanning both day and night, only the strongest and most durable cars can endure the harsh 24 hours. However, throughout the decades of this competition's history, there have been cars carrying unforgettable stories that have gradually been forgotten. From legendary machines, ambitious challengers, to bitter failures, let's explore 10 crazy Le Mans cars that few remember. Number 1. Ferrari 333 SP. In 1993, Giampiero Moretti, the founder of the Momo brand, walked into Ferrari's headquarters with a bold proposal. Why doesn't Ferrari return to sports car racing? After 20 years of absence, Ferrari had been focusing solely on Formula One and had almost forgotten about endurance racing. But Moretti did not accept this. He persistently convinced them, and finally Ferrari agreed, on the condition that they would not develop the car themselves, but collaborate with Dallara. The result was the Ferrari 333 SP, a monster with a 4.0L V12 engine from Phone producing 641 horsepower, with a top speed of 370 km/h. In its debut at Road Atlanta in 1994, it took the top 2 spots, stunning the racing world. The peak came at the 12 Hours of Sebring in 1995, when it helped Ferrari claim their first victory after 23 years. However, at Le Mans in 1997, Ferrari's dream of conquest was shattered. The 333 SP faced cooling issues, lost time in the pit stop, and finished in 6th place overall. Despite not winning the championship, it marked Ferrari's return to sports car racing, with 56 victories from 144 races, becoming one of the most successful cars in IMSA history. A legend, born from the passion of a racer who never gave up. Number 2. Mazda 717C. In the 1980s, Mazda was not a strong contender at Le Mans. Lacking the large budgets of Porsche or Jaguar, they placed their bet on the Wankel engine, a bold, pistonless design. In 1983, Mazda teamed up with Mooncraft to develop the Mazda 717C, their first car in the Group C Junior category. With a super lightweight, Kevlar body and a drag coefficient of just 277, it sliced through the air smoothly. The 13B Wankel engine, producing 310 horsepower, was not as powerful as its rivals, but it had the advantage of being lighter and more durable for the grueling 24-hour race. Le Mans 1983 was a tough challenge, but the 717C won its category and finished 12th overall. This was Mazda's first victory at Le Mans, paving the way for future successes. Without the 717C, there would have been no Mazda 787B, the car that made history by winning Le Mans in 1991. The Mazda 717C may not be the most famous car, but it proved that creativity and perseverance can beat raw power, laying the foundation for Mazda's legendary legacy at Le Mans. Number 3. Ford 68. After the resounding victory of the Ford GT40 at Le Mans, Ford needed a new car to comply with the FIA's 3.0 engine limit regulations. Their answer was the Ford 68, a car featuring advanced aerodynamic design and a look straight out of the future. Powered by a 3.0-V Cosworth DFV engine, producing 420 horsepower, the Ford 68 was lightweight thanks to its aluminum body and a drag coefficient of just 0.27, an impressive figure in 1968. Speed? No one doubted it. The problem was, the car was too fast but lacked stability. At the BOAC 500 in 1968, the Ford 68 impressed by starting from the 2nd position. But during the race, the gearbox failed, forcing it to retire. At Nürburgring, tragedy struck. Driver Chris Irwin had a serious accident, ending his career. At the Spa 1,000 kilometers, the 68 took pole but broke down on the very first lap. Despite its potential, the Ford 68 never finished a race. It became a bitter lesson that speed cannot replace durability, and sometimes an overly ambitious design can turn into a disaster on the racetrack. Number 4. Rover-BRM Le Mans has always been a place to test the boldest technologies. And in 1963, Rover-BRM brought a crazy idea, a race car using a gas turbine engine instead of the traditional piston engine. Rover, with its experience in turbine research since World War II, teamed up with BRM, a famous phone racing team. The result was the Rover-BRM, a car with an phone chassis, a lightweight aluminum body, and a 150 horsepower turbine engine. While not as powerful as the V8 machines, the turbine offered advantages: no gearbox, smooth operation, and fewer moving parts. At Le Mans 1963, the Rover-BRM participated as an experimental vehicle and was not counted in the official standings. However, it completed the race with an average speed of 107.8 mph. If it had been ranked, it would have finished 8th overall, an impressive result. Although it returned in 1965 with an optimized design, its high fuel consumption and poor handling made it unable to compete in the long run. Rover-BRM was one of the boldest ideas at Le Mans, but it proved that not all groundbreaking technologies can become the future. Number 5. Porsche 917 20ths. Pink Pig Le Mans has always seen its share of strange cars, but few have made such a strong visual impact as the Porsche 917 20ths, also known as the Pink Pig. In 1971, Porsche wanted to experiment with a groundbreaking aerodynamic design, combining elements from the 917K short body and 917L long body. The result was a car with an unusually wide body, which created better downforce but appeared rather bulky. As the car was preparing for the race, Porsche decided to go bold. They painted the car pink and drew lines on it like a butchered pig, complete with the names of the different cuts of meat in German. At Le Mans 1971, the Pink Pig truly turned heads. It had incredible speed, enough to compete with the top cars. However, just a few hours from the end of the race, the car crashed and was eliminated. Though it failed on the track, the Pink Pig won the hearts of fans. It became one of the most iconic Porsches, proving that at Le Mans, you not only need to be fast, you also have to know how to leave a lasting impression. Number 6. Nissan R390 GT1 in the 1990s. The McLaren Phone GTR and Porsche 911 GT1 dominated the GT1 category at Le Mans. But Nissan, with ambitious aspirations, created the R390 GT1, the most powerful car they had ever brought to the race. Nissan collaborated with Tom Walkinshaw Racing TWR to design a car capable of beating McLaren. The R390 GT1 featured a 3.5L twin-turbo V8 engine, producing 650 horsepower with a top speed of 354 km/h. Its appearance was not only beautiful, but also aerodynamically optimized by Ian Callum, the legendary designer behind the Aston Martin DB9. At Le Mans 1997, the Nissan R390 GT1 faced durability issues, with only one car completing the race, finishing in 12th place. But Nissan did not give up. In 1998, they returned with a more refined version. The result? One of the R390 GT1s finished in 3rd place, marking Nissan's first time on the podium at Le Mans. However, shortly afterward, the FIA changed regulations, leading to the elimination of the GT1 category. Nissan was forced to withdraw, and the R390 GT1 was forgotten. While it did not win, it proved that Nissan could challenge the European giants, and with more time, who knows what they could have achieved in making history. Number 7. Peugeot 905. In the early 1990s, Peugeot was not a familiar name at Le Mans, but they had a grand plan to create a car that could beat Jaguar and Mercedes. And so, the Peugeot 905 was born, a race car with a futuristic design, combining advanced technology and raw power. Powered by a 3.5L V10 engine, producing 650 horsepower, the 905 was lighter than most competitors, thanks to its carbon fiber chassis, weighing only 750 kg. This gave it quick acceleration and excellent road grip, making it the perfect machine for long endurance races like Le Mans. In 1991, the Peugeot 905 made its debut but faced several technical issues, forcing it to retire. However, Peugeot did not give up. They improved the car and returned even stronger in 1992, claiming victory at Le Mans. In 1993, Peugeot made history by taking all 3 podium positions, one of the most dominant victories ever at Le Mans. However, shortly after this win, Peugeot surprisingly withdrew from the competition, making the 905 a short-lived legend. Nevertheless, it remains a testament to Peugeot's ability to defeat the giants, if they truly set their minds to it. Number 8. Bentley Speed 8. Bentley once dominated Le Mans in the 1920s and 1930s, but then disappeared from the competition for many decades. In the early 2000s, Bentley decided to return with a singular goal, victory, and thus, the Bentley Speed 8 was born, carrying the company's greatest ambition in over 70 years. The Speed 8 was developed using Audi's technology, featuring a 4.0L twin-turbo V8 engine, producing 600 horsepower. But unlike the open-style Audi rate cars, the Bentley Speed 8 had a closed body to optimize aerodynamics. This made it more stable at high speeds, particularly on the legendary Mulsanne Straight. In 2001 and 2002, the Bentley Speed 8 performed well but was still unable to defeat Audi. However, in 2003, everything changed. Bentley returned with a more refined version, and they claimed a dominant victory, finishing more than 2 laps ahead of the nearest competitor. This was not just a victory, it was a glorious comeback after 73 years of waiting. After this win, Bentley withdrew from Le Mans again, but the Speed 8 carved its name into history as one of the greatest comebacks of all time. Number 9. Toyota GT1. Toyota has always longed to conquer Le Mans, but for many years they never achieved an overall victory. In 1998, the Japanese automaker placed all their bets on the Toyota GT1 TS020, one of the fastest cars ever to appear on the French racetrack. The GT1 was designed with optimal aerodynamics, a sleek body, and lightweight construction. Its heart was a 3.6L twin-turbo V8 engine, producing 600 horsepower, allowing it to reach a top speed of 370 km/h, on par with the world's fastest supercars at the time. At Le Mans 1998, the GT1 showcased impressive power, but reliability issues prevented it from securing victory. Toyota did not give up and returned in 1999 with an upgraded version. This time, the car nearly clinched the win, but tragedy struck when a tire exploded just a few laps before the finish, costing Toyota the golden opportunity. The GT1 remains one of the strongest cars to never win at Le Mans. Had it not been for that fateful mishap, Toyota might have won as early as 1999 rather than waiting until 2018 for their first triumph. A great car, but also a story full of regret. Number 10. Audi R18 e-tron. Quattro Le Mans is not just a battle of speed, but also a place where the most advanced technologies are born. In 2012, the Audi R18 e-tron Quattro appeared, marking a historic turning point, the first time a hybrid car won at Le Mans. The R18 e-tron Quattro combined a 3.7L V6 diesel engine with a hybrid electric system, which allowed it to regenerate energy from braking and power the front wheels. This made it a temporarily all-wheel drive car, enabling faster acceleration out of corners while still saving fuel, a significant advantage in the 24-hour endurance race. At Le Mans 2012, Audi not only won but also dominated, with 2 R18 e-trons finishing first and second, defeating strong competitors like the Toyota Tieso 3.0 hybrid. The car continued to defend its title in 2013 and 2014, cementing hybrid technology as the future of endurance racing. The R18 e-tron Quattro ushered in a new era, completely changing the way teams approached Le Mans. It was not only a fast car, but also a revolutionary step forward, laying the foundation for the dominance of hybrid and electric vehicles in the future. Le Mans is where the fastest, most powerful, and boldest machines compete. Some cars win and go down in history, but others are forgotten over time. However, whether they win or lose, they all carry stories that deserve to be remembered. Which car is your favorite from this list? Or do you know of another crazy car that we haven't mentioned? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the next exciting videos.